right? Take two. What makes a video game bad or unplayable? Yori.
To start us off here. It's actually pretty difficult for me to like give one thing. I think it involves a mixture of a couple different components that just don't mesh well together. So there have been games that have, I'd say, not really interesting gameplay aesthetics at all, but the story is incredibly interesting and pushes me to go past all the terrible AI like decisions they make, or just sometimes just frustrating gameplay mechanics of it all, just to kind of see what happens next and to close off the story. Sometimes difficulty spikes in games can do that depending on different settings and weird things that happen. So for me, it's a toss up between gameplay and story. If one of those things aren't really meshing too well with another, it's probably a toss out for me. Like this game just really isn't playable. Other than that, I mean, if it does have a bumping soundtrack, I'm fine with that. I don't need that. It only adds to the experience, but it doesn't destroy the experience for me. But I mean, those are the two biggest things for me that make something just unplayable.
Yeah, I don't really kind of almost in the same thing. I mean, the only thing I can think of, only games that I would deem unplayable is something like now is like 2K or Madden, because it's the same thing every year, as we all know. But nothing really changes for offline modes. So it's like that takes away the appeal, because I don't like playing with people necessarily, like not strangers at least.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if it takes away from offline, because I typically play by myself. So if it takes away or it's not improved franchise mode or anything like that, then I just lose complete interest. And to me, that's a bad game because you're not even improving anything. If you're the only competition for your genre, it's like you have no urgency to make it better.
Of course not. They have a monopoly over it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I think that's when you fall into that bad or unplayable category.
So, it's not really like what makes a game like bad for me. It's just something I just don't like. But it just happens. Like Ninja Gaiden back in the days, like for the Xbox, was like my favorite game. Favorite game, of course, when I was young. I always loved like fighting the ninjas and stuff like that in that game. And then when it just got to the whole monster aspect, it was just like, all right, like you basically lose half the things that you could do because those monsters just have a strong stun threshold. It's just like, all right, I guess I can't like do that anymore, or like sometimes you can't just juggle an enemy anymore, or I don't like when there are certain things they add in the game, and then when they add in like a group of monster, and that's like the primary group of monster, it just takes away like a lot of like things from the game. Like Sekiro, the whole parry system, it was like when you're fighting like the basic sword enemies, it was like, yo, this shit, it was like cool. And then like you fight monsters, even though that dude Sekiro can parry God, it's just
Mm-hmm.
like it just felt a little bit off because it's like, all right, I'm parrying this monster now. I wish he had a sword. And it's just like, so that's the only like when I just hate like shifts like that. It's just like they have this really cool beginning of enemies, and this is like you could do like these certain things, and then all of a sudden that enemy is just completely gone. That those things I just don't like those kind of things.
Oh, I know what makes a game unplayable for Ghosts.
Let's see. Let's see if you get it right.
Turn based.
Yes,
Am I
yes,
right or
you're
am I right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I wasn't gonna dwell on that, but my two, because I'm more of like a story play, kind of guy. Like I love playing games like those that delve into the story. But for me, it's if it's a bad story or gaming mechanics. I could kind of get by on a game if it's like a really good story, but the game mechanics sucks. I'm running into a wall, or the physicals. It just doesn't make sense. It's like Mafia 3 for me. I really like Mafia 3. but them gaming mechanics sucked so bad. I wanted to take the game. I wanted to buy a physical disc. I wanted to break that physical disc. I wanted to mail it to the. I wanted to mail it to the people and be like, "You need to fix this."
Pull up to the headquarters and throw it at the door.
I mean, like, you need to redo this because these game mechanics are so bad. I look in the mirror and literally it's like I'm looking to a whole nother dimension. My character stopped and his face is all distorted, and it's like, you know how and they just did a remaster of Mafia, so it's just like, well, you could do a remaster of Mafia, but you can't fix these.
So speaking of Mafia 2, the definitive.
Yes.
I would deem that unplayable just off the reviews alone. I don't even want to touch that. Like, I don't want to touch that game at all. But the first Mafia, that's on my watch list or whatever.
Wait, you said Mafia 2 or Mafia Definitive Edition?
Mafia, the Definitive Edition, the remaster or whatever. It's apparently it's trash. It's completely unplayable because of the whatever errors they have in there based on the reviews. I looked at the first Mafia. They just came out with a Definitive Edition remake, and that is overwhelmingly positive according to Steam. So, or something extremely positive. So,
Story was awesome.
Yeah, you're all right. Your eyes got
yeah, I was just researching some stuff, and I just watched this guy drive through the ground of the Definitive Edition, and insert that because he's actually looking at. He's underneath the ground, but he's falling and driving at the same time. So the atmosphere and everything is right here, but he's still somehow falling into infinity.
He in a void, a limbo.
So I just wanted to take a look at a lot of the glitches and things that people experience in the Definitive Edition. It's
yeah, that could take me out of a game. That would make a that would make a game unplayable for me if you glitch out the whole map.
Yeah.
And multiple times every time you load in. Anyone who's played Assassin's Creed 3 when it first came out.
Oh my god, yes.
Everyone remembers the horror stories loading into
that was another good series that was like bad mechanics sometimes. It's just like, thinking? Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's just been major.
I haven't played Assassin's Creed. I haven't played Assassin's Creed in a minute, so I would not know.
Yeah, I haven't played since the second one.
Yeah, exactly. After Brotherhood, after Brotherhood, I was just like, all right. I didn't even play the story of Brotherhood. I just played online mode.
Yeah, I mean, we both did. I didn't care about the story more in that game. It just wasn't compelling at all to me.
Exactly.
I think optimization is one too. If a game keeps crashing,
that can be based off your machine.
No. All right. So let me throw you guys something then that may or may not be groundbreaking. So Modern Warfare on the PC right now, I think it now takes up 120 gigabytes of space. Is that something you would deem that face dots?
For how big that game is, but it's mostly just graphics.
Excuse me. And that's over 212 gigabytes for Warzone.
Oh man.
Warzone
I'm not putting that on my computer.
Yeah, Modern Warfare ain't that great for that.
People keep pushing for graphics, but people don't realize how much space graphics actually takes. So like when people, for all those people that, I love this game for graphics, you got to realize you got to download that shit. So good luck.
So would you say Modern Warfare has better graphics than anything else known to date?
No, it doesn't have better graphics than anything known to date. It's just that you have to push that graphics on that expansive ass world that they have.
I mean, it do look good.
That is always active. And then also sounds take a lot of space too. And sounds can actually make your game run pretty bad too. But
so how would you compare that to playing something like an MMO that definitely doesn't take up that much room, like storage space wise? I'm ignorant in that, so I'm not gonna try and claim I know any of that. But
MMOs have load screens, and the thing about MMOs is that monsters have a spawn point, you know, as said, spawn points. Spawn points are things that, they just constantly keep spawning monsters in the same spot over and over and over and over again.
Mhm.
While Modern Warfare is a dynamic world, so they do have spawn points, but it isn't the same thing. It's things change every single time. So it's like that a gun might be in that place or there might be armor in that place. So they have to put in that branch code, which takes up more space now, and put in the graphic for all the guns, and then have to incorporate for when a person dies, the graphics of that person shooting out. Actually, it's just a box. Luckily, it's just a fucking box. So they shoot up. Well, I think it's a box, or I think it's weapons. I don't remember, but they have to do all that. It's just a graphically heavy game for like all that and everything going on, all the explosions, people dropping out, the freaking the Gareth or what is that thing called? The
The,
gutting,
the,
the thing,
uh,
the thing when you die
uh,
and you come
Oh,
back.
Gulag.
The
that gulag.
gulag, yeah, the
Yeah.
gulag. From what I've seen, the gulag really doesn't have much of a load time either. Like you're
It
just
doesn't.
in that shit.
Yeah, you
So
just
it's just
drop
like
in.
yeah, you're
Mhm.
just in it. So it's just like that whole game is like for everything they have in that game's size is completely understandable. Like I'm like, yeah, that game's big as heck. Like
I
I
wouldn't
can
want that.
understand that.
Mhm.
But most battle royale games are not as graphically heavy as that game, because like a lot of games have battle royals have a lot of cell shading and that type of deal, like Fortnite, even Apex has a few little bit in there. So it's just like that game is just like, it's pretty as a battle royale. It's really pretty. So so yeah, that game's huge. It's ginormous, and I can only see it getting any bigger.
Oh,
So
yeah, I mean, of course, it's only gonna get bigger at that point. But to back on topic of unplayableness, I mean, at least that game, minus it crashing on people's PCs, like it's nobody's business. See you later. Anyway, minus that part happening. I mean,
So is
I
it?
wouldn't categorize that as unplayable personally because it's so big, but many people do. I know a lot of friends who are like, I'm done. This is taking up way too much space. This is literally not playable for me.
but the thing is, that's what people
Mm.
ask for. So that's the thing. Like everybody wants graphics.
Mhm.
These games are going to get bigger. Like Cyberpunk is huge from what I saw, from what it's. I think that thing is like probably maybe over 50. I think over 50, or some people are saying like over 100. But
50 or
Cyberpunk
100
is
what?
gigabytes.
Just doing a Google check, 70 gigs.
Yeah, it's over 50. Yeah, so it's like, yeah,
It's not too
games are,
bad though, considering how it
but
It's
looks too.
not
it's
nowadays.
not too bad, but it's still big. It's
Yeah.
still a big game. Like if you look at if you go look up the space for Battlefront 2,
For
I
Star
think,
Wars, Star Wars
for
Battlefront.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, that's just 100, I think.
At least the download 15.3. Just doing some quick girls. Download space about for original 70.49. Around 70 to 100. I'd say probably 78 seems to be like the normal. I know
Yeah,
Red Dead pushed a bit over 100.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Just for Red
105 or
Dead.
9 or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like
exactly.
this is what this at the end of the day, this is what you're going to get. You want more graphics, you're gonna need more space. So
So I guess for you then, is that
that
unplayable for you? Like,
no, it's
would
not.
you
That's just
download
how
something for like let's say we played the game that 250 gigs you have to allocate. You still good with that to play? Or are you just gonna say I'm gonna just play something else?
that's what's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be like in the near future.
So
So
I'm saying, like, are you okay with that? That's what I'm asking.
I'm unfortunately that's just how, yeah, I'm fine with it. Like that's just how it's gonna be. Like Path of Exile is gonna get that big sooner or later. Like and I love that game. So I expect it. Like I remember when Path of Exile came out first time, I think it was like only 16 gigs. Now it's like 35, 37, 38 or something like that. So it's just like, it's just gonna, as things keep coming out or getting more, people want more, you're gonna take more space. This is just how it is.
Yeah, I'm with that too.
Yeah.
Same.
Is there a limit for you, Dante? about how big of a game you download to play. Like let's say for you, 2K songs like, all right, we got a patch, 300 gigs.
What? 2K?
Okay, so this is another thing. Depending on the game genre, I will go that big. If it's an RPG,
sure.
Yeah, I'll go that big before. Like a sports game, fuck that. No.
So it's all right. So there's limits. There's still limits to the unplayableness for you.
Okay, to answer your question, I'll think about it. I'll think really hard because I like.
Hey, get out of that.
2K. What?
Talking to the cat. Calm down, y'all.
I like 2K. I like 2K, right? So
I thought you were talking to Dante.
Yeah, I was like, huh? But yeah, 2K21. I watch YouTube videos and it crashes. Like that's unplayable. That's truly unplayable from what I've seen. As far as PC is concerned, it keeps crashing. It's not optimized, I guess, to the point where you can. But or it could be the person's computer, like Afro says. I don't know. But the guy in the YouTube video said his computer is top notch. So I don't know. But 300. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point where people literally need to buy additional hard drives to put a single game on.
So the funny thing is about this, funny thing about it, about somebody talk. Anyway, funny thing about like space and all that.
He tweaking.
Like 250 gigabytes is like the lowest of the lowest. Like that's like everybody should be like as a game, like as if a gamer or in game aspects or whatever, you should have something that at least is like a terabyte because it's just that's just how it is. Some things get filled up quick.
That is 1/4 of my terabyte drive, my guy.
I know.
So you tell me I can play 4 games? Actually 3 games because I gotta leave room for Windows to update. You tell me I get to play 3 games.
But the funny thing is that you don't only have one drive.
Yeah, you gotta keep buying more so that you can play another. That's the point I'm talking about here. So I'm saying,
but these drives keep getting bigger, so it's just like that's the thing. Yo, the computer industries are keeping up because they like, hey, yo, these games get bigger. We need bigger.
I like how your solution is literally just buy more room.
Exactly.
Not like, man, maybe we should optimize our games a bit better so that they're not all.
If you want them to optimize the games, then it's just like tone down the graphics and take away some of the audio.
You can do, but it's possible to do.
I know
both when you optimize things.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing is like it's just mostly graphics and audio. If you look up space for most games, graphics and audio take up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A good portion of the game.
I'm not gonna disagree with that at all.
Yeah, so it's just like, at that point, it's just like, yo, something's got to give. Like, hey, we're backing out of the graphics a little bit, and we're gonna,
it's our hard drives that are gonna give because I ain't gonna have no room. I can play half a Modern Warfare.
Just play a single player campaign and that's it.
And the thing is that most of those people that like play Modern Warfare, Apex, and all that stuff,
that's the only thing they
play. So it's just like it really doesn't affect them. So it's like, for like, people like us, me and Alex, we play multiple other games, but like
you forgot me over here.
No, he didn't forget you. He had it right.
This guy right here.
I don't think you have ever seen our Steam library.
Yeah, have you not seen Yori's Steam library? I can pull it up right now and look at it.
So segue. I want to get Ghost opinion still.
That's PC though. We talking about consoles.
All right.
We're talking about console now.
You can come to my house and see
No. What I'm saying is I can't fit with so much stuff on there.
You can only fit with so much on that PS4, exactly. Huh? So how many games can you
that's
play
what I'm
on
saying.
PS4? Like 5 games?
I have like over 50, but I can only have a couple because
are they like downloaded? Are they installed and downloaded?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They was. But what we're talking about with the whole gigs. So, I'm playing this game, Black Desert Online, best MMO ever. Up to debate. But every time they keep coming out.
But back to what I was saying.
Every time they keep coming out with updates, it breaks my soul because every time I gotta update the game, I gotta delete a game.
Yeah, you're right. That's the problem.
Every time.
That's the issue.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what make games unplayable because you're not optimized.
But
to
you know
where
the sad thing about it is I like that game so much
that you'll do it, and that becomes the only game you play.
But that's the only game on your hard drive.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, that is like I was saying, yeah, that like gamers like Yori and I, like, we play multiple genre, different type of games. We'll play. Stop eating the flower.
All right. So while he's dealing with
why he's not
for Ghost, is for you? Is that a metric where you're like, once it gets to 175 gigs, we're done. We're not playing that, or is it something?
I like the game. So it's like City of Heroes for me, man. It's like,
that is definitely not 100 and some gigs, but
still,
some game like Afro was saying, depending on the game, I will sacrifice some space. I had to just delete something. I'll just delete something. Like I deleted Fall Guys and Among Us to make some space for another game. I don't play it like that. So I'll make sacrifices.
The thing is, it's like this is the other problem that gamers have in general is that we don't finish fucking games. That's another problem we have. We don't me and Yori, we have trouble finishing games.
And
I
know you've been catching up. You've been finishing things. But we do have problems of not finishing games.
I don't think that's like a gamer issue. I think that's just life in
like general, a personal issue
of how things happen.
Exactly.
So
he's going to eat the game. The cat is going to eat the flower.
No, but I'm talking about like an aspect of
attack mode.
Aspect of like, you know, when we see something on sale, it's like, oh, we gotta grab that. Like, but
that cat is like
that cat is going ham on that. Oh, he looks so sad. Oh, that poor cat.
But anyway,
what if that flower pot just fell on Kenny?
I'm watching it right now. But anyway, it's like finish the games before you play a new one. That'd be probably the best bet. Finish the game before you play a new one. But most of these games nowadays are just there to last forever. Modern Warfare, Black Desert, insert MMO or game right here, and they're just gonna keep putting shit in for people because I need this in my life.
Welcome to the DLC bandwagon.
Yeah. Oh, funny thing about the DLC thing. Did I remember I told you about that the Star Wars Squadron game and how they said they weren't making DLC and people were upset about it?
Mm-hmm.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yes,
they got them.
People were upset about it. It's just like, and they were like, "But we finished the game."
You okay? Are you all right, man? You just started sweating profusely, like you got shiny out of nowhere. You all right, man? You got to crack the window to hear this?
Hit the poo. Face.
Are you all right, man? You're like...
Hit a poo face.
He was like, they want DLC?
It's like he farted, but a turd came out.
Yeah.
But it's like,
it's like... I'm so confused in the community of gamers in general, because it's just like they want games that are completely finished. They get a game that's completely finished, they want DLC. They get a game that isn't completely finished, they get DLC. I'm mad. Just like, what?
So do you think
that's the society we in now.
Does that make that game unplayable? Because it doesn't have DLC?
Nah, a game is, from what I heard, is really good. I'm not a big old space simulator.
So if a game doesn't have season passes, are you more or less inclined to play it?
It doesn't matter to
playability.
me.
Yeah. So if they release a game already and they're like, we're gonna have 4 seasons coming at you guys, does that make you want to play it because you know more stuff is coming, or are you saying?
Well, I just doing that for Dragon Ball Fighters.
I mean, yeah. So for you it is, but for some people they're like, why don't y'all just wait to get all that stuff in? I'm not gonna play it.
People are like that with Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know what I'm saying? Since it's coming in parts, they're like, well, I'm not gonna play it until it all comes out, which that could take who knows how long with the way they're going.
Yeah.
But me, I'm like, oh, I want what I got. Give me what I got now, and I'll take that. As long as it's a good game, just give me what you got, and I'll worry about the rest later.
That's like the early access thing. Funny thing on making games bad and stuff. So early access, For viewers that don't know what early access is, it's pretty. Anyway,
Straightforward.
yeah, it's pretty straightforward. But
you play the game earlier than most.
Yeah, they give you a game. They release a game early, and they give you a warning that this game is in early access. It has bugs, glitches, issues, this, that, and third, and the fourth. It has issues. You're getting this game.
Incomplete.
They got a whole. They give a disclaimer under the game about it, and people get the game and complain about bugs. That really grinds my gears.
Yeah,
you seem to be the angriest.
Yeah, he's perturbed.
Please get some water. I don't want something bad to happen to you in this podcast. Like, are you good? Go talk to us.
What are you talking about? I'm listening.
All right. I'm just saying.
So confused.
That's what I'm talking about as like the whole as like the game community. I don't know exactly what y'all want. If I was a game developer, I just wouldn't do it. Like I couldn't create a game for people because I don't know what y'all want. so
keep us back on track. Is that unplayable to you?
No, that's
early access.
No,
would you
that's
completely
what I'm saying.
wipe it off? Okay,
people
so
like that's what I'm saying. People like our early access is not unplayable to me. Like I'm like, yo, I'm getting this to test this out, and I can help the game get fixed a little bit. But for some people, it's just like, oh, it's completely unplayable. Well, you're not fucking helping. You're just not. So it's like you're not helping to make the game playable. So it's just all right.
Early access for you, Ghost, are those unplayable games until they're done?
I don't even pay attention to early access.
I really don't either.
I know.
I could care less.
don't.
Like I could care less. Like just give me the release date, and if you got early access, like what am I getting extra?
Exactly.
Like I'm not getting nothing extra from what I've seen from like games that I saw were early access. You just get to play it before everybody else. I don't. It's not a race for me. Like I don't want to be. I don't need to be the first one.
Sometimes you're disappointed because the early access is the game.
Yeah,
that happens.
That does happen.
Yeah.
But sometimes they do reward you with, when you do get early access because they do jump up the price for some games. So it's like, yo, good thing I bought this early.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, okay, let's wrap that up.
Yeah, well, Ghost.
Hey, man. Hey, let us know a game that's super unplayable, for y'all that we haven't talked about. Let us know in the comments.
Is there
below.
different levels of unplayable?
Oh yeah, there's definitely different levels of unplayable.
Wait, okay.
We haven't even scratched the surface.
So we are we back on? Are we back on?
No, he just
Why did you say that? Then? What are your levels, Ghost? What are your levels?
Wait,
this is so disorganized. I don't like this. We were about to close it, and now we're back.
We were, but clearly he still had stuff to say.
This is like the Matrix, man. You can just keep going. Like
This got to end eventually. This is going to end.
No, that's what I'm saying. I want the viewers to let us know what games that they think are unplayable. Leave it in the comments below. Yuri, want to continue this?
Unplayable. We're gonna talk about this later. Unplayable, not playable.
Fine. That's a whole nother topic. I'm sorry I threw that in there, guys. But unplayable. Let us know what you think.
You're forgetting one other thing.
Don't forget the like button.
There you go.
Here.
All right, cut. We're done. And please.